looking out for angels, just trying to find some peace. Now I think it's time.
Jeff, let's talk about Into the Mooch.
Oh, good segue. What's Into the Mooch mean?
It's the title of the documentary.
It's going to come out about Jeff's trip.
Oh, which is still ongoing, right?
First leg door, second leg.
Wait, this is still going?
Yes.
I had no idea.
Oh, yes.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that first.
All right.
Let's talk about what your original plan was and what it's turned into.
Original plan was to journey the country, various spots throughout, and take a couple months and see people, see places I've never been, enjoy myself. I have done that, but my trip took a unforeseen turn of events where instead of zigging, I zagged. Basically, in Denver, the original plan was to head over to Texas, but the person I was going to see in Texas, which was my Aunt Charlotte, was unavailable Labor Day weekend. So instead,
He's like, I'm not going to let that mooch in my home.
All right, this is a mooch thing that's going to be on.
Oh, no, Jeff, no.
Because that's totally unfair.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Why do you think that's unfair?
Because there was never a time where people you find, if you come visit, are pretty insistent about, picking up a meal here. And I'm not saying I paid for my fair share of meals.
I don't think Into the Mooch stemmed from you not paying for dinner.
Okay.
It stems from... What are you laughing at? It stems from the idea that this was a journey of self-discovery for you.
Sure.
And instead...
You would challenge yourself.
It became like, I'm going to go sleep on different people's couches around the country.
Mostly beds.
Okay. Kids' beds. We know. Kids' beds.
All sorts of beds.
That's more what it is. It's not that you're freeloading.
No, it's a journey.
I thought, and this is why
Okay.
I feel like I was sold a bill of goods on this whole thing.
All right.
Okay? It was phrased that this was going to be a life adventure, and you were going to find
Challenge
yourself and change your life and stuff, and everything was going to be... And that's why I was really excited about it. And I was like, yeah, this is awesome for Jeff. He's going to go and discover himself and get into situations where he might feel anxiety, but he'll push through it and he'll come back a better person. And instead it became like, I'm just traveling around sleeping on people's kids' beds.
Was going to places where I knew people, yes. Was I having experiences while I was there? Yes. Some places more experience heavy than others, admittedly. But, no, you're right. I didn't go to any place where I didn't know anybody.
Like, why don't you tell the story of...
Paul wanted this to be Into the Wild.
Well, it was never going to be Into the Wild.
That's why we did Into the Mooch.
No, it would have been Into the Wild if Lily joined me. Because she would have played Navigator, and it was her intention to not have any type of agenda, have no particular route, just go get lost, and then figure shit out. That once she was out of the pair, out of the deal, it became my thing, and I'm a planner. And... so, of course, I picked places where I knew people. Because, quite frankly, I did not want to be into the wild.
But I thought you were going to end up going to, Arizona and doing peyote.
Once again,
having an amazing adventure.
Staying in a hostel.
Once again,
yeah.
if I had a spotter with me, I would have been more open to, doing that kind of stuff.
We had all kinds of, going away parties.
No, we didn't. We
Yes,
had lunch.
We had two.
We had lunches.
With the specific idea that these were going away parties for you to go on vacation. I'm going to Norway and Sweden in a month.
That's great.
We're going to have 5 going away parties for me. As if this is
I can't be more
big
excited.
events.
Any excuse to hang out with you.
And I feel the same. But I think I got sold a bill of goods.
Well, I'm sorry if you felt that way. I tried not to misrepresent myself.
You did play it up hard on Facebook.
Did I?
You made it sound like it was going to be this ultimate adventure.
Well, it was. For me, consider...
You went on vacation! Dude, I go on vacation every year at least once.
I know.
Because my wife makes me. I don't make a big deal about
Guess
it.
Guess what I don't do is go on quote-unquote vacations.
So it was a big deal to you.
It was a huge deal. It still is a big deal to me.
Okay, fair enough.
So
I'll give you that.
back on track. So you tell us about where you got to, the thing that caused you to change your plans, and what's next.
Okay, well,
Are you going to tell about Washington? I want to hear about that.
We'll start in Sacramento and then go north.
Yeah.
Let's not.
Quit interrupting him, Paul.
Well, no, he started in Denver.
Yeah, he went. Yeah,
You skipped over a
He
lot of
skipped over
information.
Yeah,
Washington.
I want you to start from the
Thank you,
beginning
Steve.
about where you went, where you ended up, what happened to cause you to come back, and what you're going to do next.
All right. Basically started from Sacramento, drove with my friend Pierce up to Portland. You just want to hear the routes right now?
Yeah, just the routes.
All right,
Just like
from
this.
Portland,
Yeah.
went from Portland to Hillsboro, Oregon, to Vancouver, Washington. From Vancouver, Washington to Olympia, Washington to Seattle, Washington. From Seattle, Washington back to Vancouver, Washington. I was there for a week. From there, Boise, Idaho to Denver, Colorado. And from Denver, Colorado, the original plan was to go to Texas. But, like I stated before, the person who was going to be my liaison, my Aunt Charlotte, in Dallas was not going to be available for me to stay with.
If Rob was a good person, when he listed all those states, he would have showed pictures on the podcast. We'll see.
Rabbits, chocolate. Yeah, put those up.
Meanwhile,
Anna Nicole Smith in a tank top.
Titty sprinkles.
the friend that I was staying with in Albuquerque was calling me on the daily. She wanted to see me. And
No, just go through you're going. You're not starting the beginning.
No, let him do that, and then he'll revisit
The
like
interesting bits.
the interesting bits.
Okay.
Because that's
all
going
right,
to be
so
just...
the basic. All right, so instead of going to Texas, I had the opportunity to go to Albuquerque, which is basically right below Denver. Went to Albuquerque. Was in Albuquerque. From Albuquerque, I got in contact with friends in Phoenix, so I decided to go to Phoenix. At this point, I realized, oh shit, I'm going the wrong way. I'm heading back home. And at that point, I that's the wrong term. I basically determined that I was going to do a second leg. So that was the plan. So from...
You could use ascertain there, right?
Yeah, is that a proper word for that? Okay.
You came to the realization.
Yeah, ascertain.
I'll go with ascertain. That's a good word.
Good job.
All right, from there, hit
Put up
Bullhead
the
City.
definition of ascertain.
So from Phoenix, went to Bullhead City / Laughlin. Bullhead City, Arizona, Laughlin, Nevada. Laughlin, Nevada
It's like a fucking
to-
Aronofsky movie.
to Las Vegas, Nevada. Las Vegas, Nevada to San Diego, California. Up through Los Angeles, ultimately Chino Hills, California. Back up to Sacramento. Second leg will include me getting to Dallas, going to Austin, most likely heading to Atlanta, to DC, up to New York.
New York City.
New York City / Brooklyn, and heading back to Portland. That's the plan.
So what are the major events that took place?
So very long road trip all the way up to Portland.
Oh, it's 3 days. It's all on bus. I basically have taken buses this whole time, except there have been a few, people who've been nice enough to drive me to certain locations.
So the Craigslist rideshare idea
Only happened once.
didn't work out. So well.
I took a Zim ride from Las Vegas to San Diego. Perfectly fine young lady drove me out there.
Was she seen again?
Yes, we are friends on Facebook.
What's a Zim?
I don't know what a Zim is. That's just the name of the website.
Oh, okay.
Put it up, Rob.
Put a link at the bottom to zim.com.
Zim ride.
Zim ride.
So where did you go to?
Right.
So you went to the website and you text message, email.
Well,
what do you do?
The original plan was I was going to take my fair share of ride shares and hopefully through which I can, there are various ones on Craigslist and Zimride, which is basically the major website for ride shares. The problem was I was essentially going the wrong direction for ride shares. For example, I originally wanted to go from Seattle to Boise. The thing is, nobody wants to fucking go to Boise. But people in Boise will go to fucking Seattle. Same thing with people in Albuquerque will go to Denver, but nobody in Denver is going to fucking Albuquerque. It was only till I got to Vegas that people were like, yeah, I'd go to San Diego. And hence I went to San Diego through a rideshare. Perfectly
You
pleasant. I had...
Taco Bell.
And milk.
Yeah, Taco Bell. It's the milk.
I'm sorry. I gasped.
Wash it out with cola. Yeah.
That's much better.
Even at the PH.
So, I would definitely, if the rideshare is available, I definitely would take it. But they were a lot more rarer than I
So
was.
tell us about the rideshare, though. Like, how...
The rideshare was fine.
Did she look apprehensive when she saw you?
No, but her boyfriend in Vegas
Mm-hmm.
was basically trying to convince her not to take me.
That makes
Before
sense.
she even met me.
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, what sane
But
man
she was-
would let his girlfriend go off with a
Yeah.
total stranger?
But she's an independent woman. She'll do what she wants.
She's a good-hearted lesbian woman.
Wait.
No, I say this because it's one of the first things she said to me. It's like, "You have any problems with lesbians?" And I was like, "No."
But she had a boyfriend.
Exactly. So
Was she bi?
Poly
I'm
G?
guessing she was exploring, but she said she was lesbian, though she had a
Polyamorous.
boyfriend in Vegas, who was actually, I guess, from the East Coast, and they kind of met somewhere in the middle. So I guess she's exploring. She's open-minded.
Did she explore
on
your
her.
body?
No, she did not.
Did you offer to explore hers?
No, I did not. She was not an unattractive woman, but clearly I don't think she was interested in me. Nor was I interested in her. No
Was
offense.
there-
She was a nice lady. Young lady.
How old was she?
Probably in her late I believe she said she was 27, 28, something.
Notice how it says was?
Well,
As if she's no longer among
the
us.
conversation was past tense.
So did you guys talk the entire time, or was it?
We started
comfortable
we
silences?
had a really good head of steam talking. So the first hour, yeah, we were talking about both our
How long
journeys.
was the drive? Like 6 hours?
Approximate, yeah, it was
Yeah.
like six and a half.
This is what Vegas to San Diego.
San Diego, but after like the hour and a half, you kind of get to the point where then we just started talking about shit we're looking out of our windows, and got to the point where there ain't shit to look out of the windows, so we're just
You know,
not
you're
gonna
gonna
talk.
rub my cock too.
Fences,
No, I was talking to Rob.
fences, cows, other cars, maybe a Honda,
we got-
Civic.
We just nothing. I mean, we saw various other little casinos along the way, and then we got to California, so we saw a big lot of nothing. We saw the alien jerky place. That was kind of exciting. We got to a point where we stopped and we grabbed Burger King before we actually hit the road.
Quality.
Yeah, well,
In-N-Out Burger line was too long.
But we took our cups
You
and
went
we
to
stopped
Burger
at
King,
another
put it in your
Burger
mouth.
King, and we walked in
Slipped the
and
ride in.
we refilled our sodas
chew?
without paying. What?
Did you chew, or did you just kind of open massage the throat and go?
I chew. I chew
Two big
fast.
bites.
I chew. Terrible.
Fucking Homer Simpson.
Sorry, we're trying to instill the shame of bad food to you. You never got that.
Oh, it's clearly working.
It's okay, so you got Burger King.
Yeah, and like I said, what I was saying after.
And then steals soda.
I stole soda. We stole soda. We were kind of little bandits.
You stole soda.
Yeah, we took our cups from the other Burger King, went to a different Burger King, walked in, refilled our sodas, and walked out.
Oh man.
I actually stopped to use their bathroom on top of that. So,
Did you take your cup
I-
into the bathroom?
yes, I did.
Jesus.
That's gross.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Don't judge me.
There's shit molecules in there,
Who
bro.
are you to talk? You put your phone down on toilets and it gets stolen. He put his phone on a urinal, I believe.
No, you don't know what you're talking about. I left it on the counter near the faucets.
Oh, that's so
I
much
washed
better.
my hand,
That's so much
walked
better.
out. Anyways.
You have pockets?
Anyways.
Pockets?
What? So,
People change their children.
so the rideshare it was cool. I totally would do it again. She wasn't weird at all. I mean, she was completely
Okay,
normal.
so tell us about tell us about your best moment.
Best moment.
Well, what Rob thinks is your best moment, or what you think is your best moment?
My best moment
Both.
was essentially connecting with a person that I did not anticipate having a true connection with.
Ooh.
Ethnic kiss.
Tell us about her.
All right, so I met my friend.
What's her
Yeah,
name?
what's her name?
Oh God, you got it.
What's a,
What does
What's
she
her star?
look like?
Is
What's
she
her
going to
star
be
sign?
listening to this?
She is actually a big fan of these podcasts.
Can we post a picture of her?
She can still
Rob
hear
Hobo.
podcasts?
Yeah. She has no choice. Creative Commons. I know the law.
No, she used to actually. When I ran it, she came into town like a year and a half ago, and I decided to meet up with her. She was in Old Roseville, one of the bars. I believe it was the Onyx.
Oh God.
Did you dance? Did you dance when you were there?
No, she was with a boyfriend at the time.
Oh.
I don't know what I was in. I was probably in the middle of nothing. But we met, and the first thing she said when we kind of started talking was, "I'm obsessed with your podcast." So she was a big fan of the McJeffrey show.
Oh man,
She
another
listened to all
big
of
fan,
them.
like Melissa.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
It's never translated to sex for any of us, has it?
Just Jeff.
So anyway, no. What was the question? So
Your best moment.
No, but
My
we were
best
saying, tell
moment.
us about
I'm
her.
So I connected with her a year and a half ago. That was cool. I was like, I would like to see this person again. So I actually made plans a little over a year ago. She had since broken up with the person she was with. Took a week off work, and I was going to head to Portland. Around the same time Lily happened. And so I'd say, I'm going to pursue the Lily thing.
Homewrecker.
Yeah.
No, there's not a homewrecker in here. What's the homewrecker part?
Well, you're kind of a player.
I'm not a player.
Yeah, you kind of are.
Ah.
You had 2 ladies
She
on
took a
that.
week off work for
Yeah.
you?
No. She didn't take any time off
And then
work
you're
for
like,
me.
nah, I met this other girl.
No, I was going
What
to...
does she do?
She is a bartender at 2 separate bars.
Are they nice bars?
One's a strip club, and one is a restaurant.
Did she
I
What
would
kind of
say
restaurant?
She does not strip.
just tell you that?
I know for a fact she does not.
Does she wear bikinis?
She dresses pretty conservative for a strip club, though she will...
So,
So like a frock?
So
Or what?
pastries.
Burka.
Yeah.
Burka with pasties. I dated a girl once who said she just worked at a strip club, and I found out later.
No.
she was a stripper.
I've had friends who have said that, and I found out later.
And then you had to like bleach your penis.
But
you
I
were so
was
scared.
actually in the
Probably.
said strip club, and she was clearly not stripping.
Well, she probably was like, I need a night off. What's a strip club owner's name? Like Saul.
Remy.
Or something.
Dallas.
Yeah.
Dallas.
Dallas. No, that's the dancer's name.
No, that's the name
Like
of
what
the
was
guy on
that?
that show. What?
There it is. Come on, say it.
That's the movie Magic Mike. The strip joint
See, but
owner's
he
name
was a
is
stripper also. I'm talking about the sleazy guy with
Yeah.
a chest hair.
Maybe
and
a
the open
ponytail.
shirt.
Saul.
A lot
Saul.
of chains.
Remy.
Saul, I was thinking. Remy's the name of the actual guy?
No, Remy's the name of a owner.
Oh, so you know, like, strip club owners?
I know one.
Who's that?
Remy.
in
I
what-
don't recall. I think he had a
Where?
very pedestrian name. I think
Where
it was
was his-
like Brian.
What, he called himself Remy?
No, I'm just saying Remy would be a cool name for a strip club owner.
Oh.
I would name myself Remy.
So, best moment.
He's
So-
saying it.
I'm basically connecting with this person
Oh.
that I've always.
Intimately?
Penis slips in.
Intimately?
For
Intimately?
lack of a better term, yes, we were intimate. And I would like to stay intimate, so I'm not going to go into that shit right now.
Oh.
But
When you guys break up, you'll do it, right?
get into
Tell us
it.
about it.
Well, I'll give you.
So are you in a relation, like a long
No.
distance
Well,
relationship?
no. We're unless I fucking move to Portland, that shit's not happening.
Well, you're ending your second leg.
Yes,
Oregon.
Well, here's the thing. Portland is calling to me.
Are you not going to come back?
No, I will be back to
Why?
get my shit.
No, but I mean, like, what do you have here besides friends and family?
You're right, not much else. No, Portland has a lot going for it. I love the city. I love the people. I love the opportunities. I love the weather. I love the fact that it's not a million miles away from Sacramento if I ever want to come here and visit, friends or family. It has tons going for it. And that's why if a certain job that we've been speaking on for months actually does not come to light, Portland will probably be the next thing I pursue. So, there's that. Then again, I'm going to go visit this lovely lady, and we're going to see how it goes.
Are you in love, Jeff?
No. I know what that feels like. This feels a lot more responsible for some reason.
What?
Who are you in love with?
I'm not in love with anybody.
No, I mean, how do you know what it feels like?
Because I think when I'm in love, I do stupid shit, and I think I'm being very, very.
Wouldn't that just be infatuation, though?
Or lust.
Yeah. Less.
Maybe that's why. I
So you
confuse
might
love
have-
with lust.
So maybe you've never been in love.
No, I love this person. Am I in love with this person? If I have to hesitate, I guess, I mean, I don't know.
Could you live without this person? If they died, would you kill yourself?
No.
That's
You're not
ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Would you kill yourself if Sarah died?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
I'd have nothing left.
I
Back to the rat races.
I don't think.
I'm going to take you at your word and think you're being honest.
I appreciate that.
Would it depend on how she died?
No. It's just death in general.
All right.
So you're not in love with this girl.
I'm not gonna. Being in love is a. No, I love this person. I really do.
As a friend.
No.
Are you?
No. It's more than friends.
He loves her, but he's not in love with her. You understand the difference?
It doesn't make any sense.
It's semantics.
It's like ding, 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 ding.
When
It's the same argument Vanilla Ice had about Queen.
It's not the same.
When you love somebody, you care about them and being with them. When you're in love with somebody, it's more that you're infatuated with the feeling.
Are you
that
in love
you
with
get.
Kat?
I love Kat. I was in love with Kat. Now I love her.
Oh,
It's
rocky.
great when that works out.
Yeah. So I think love is something that evolves.
It's
You
a
s-
neurological disorder, is what it is.
Right. You start with the
Chemical.
chemical
Yeah.
attraction, physical attraction thing. It segues into being in love or infatuated with the person and the feeling you get when you're around that person, and then it segues into becoming dependent on them for certain things.
Mature. We like to use the word matures.
business arrangement.
Evolves. It does. No, you're right. It eventually evolves into like an arrangement where you can depend on that person for certain things.
So that's what Kat is to you, is a dependable individual.
A business partner.
Yeah.
A resource.
Yeah, a resource.
You make it sound so
Clinical.
cold.
Well, that's what you just phrased it as. Yeah.
No, it's
Is it more than that?
Yeah, of course it is.
What is it more than that?
What
aspect of it?
what I'm trying to explain is the difference between being in love and loving somebody.
Uh-huh.
When you love somebody, you reach a point of sort of growth with that person where that feeling you get that's almost like a drug is no longer necessary. You don't need that in order to keep it going. Like for a lot of people, that's the only reason why they're together. And once that feeling goes away, then the relationship ends.
Mm-hmm.
And so for like with Kat and I, even though that
That
sort of,
feeling went away a long time ago.
when that initial
At least I've
excitement,
But I think you're leaving out, Rob, whenever you're away from that person for an extended period of time, you still have the need.
well, that's
to-
what I'm talking
to be
about.
around
The
them.
dependency you develop. That's what I'm talking about. When I'm saying you depend on that person, it's not like you depend on them to do your dishes. I'm talking about.
Well, some of us do.
I'm talking about needing them in your life in order to function normally. So in your case, it's not that crazy.
It's like I said. It's
See, because you're the type of guy that does fall in love really easily.
generally,
Yeah.
that's been the
Deeply.
That's been the case.
Madly.
So that's why
Madly.
No,
That's
this
what-
is different.
Intimately.
This is different,
Hard.
but it's different in a good way because usually, something.
Okay, well that's a good best moment. What was your worst moment?
My worst moment. I mean, I basically got a three-way tie going.
A three? Oh.
That was it.
All right. Well,
Those are the two
obviously
drugs were
no.
just rough.
Hands down, throwing out
The
my,
dog
because
can
I
find
can
my
find
penis.
good in two of the moments. I can't find any good in the moment I threw out my back near the end of the journeys. I was about to head off to the Chinese Theater Walk of Fame with one of my best friends, Theo, who lives near LA and strangely has never been. So I was like, oh shit, we gotta go. And I was sitting on his couch, which is very low to the ground.
Here we go again.
Man.
And I was
You gotta
Full circle,
Yeah.
baby.
I dropped my phone. And I went to grab my
stand
phone,
on or something?
and there was a pinch in my back, and I think I get a pinch over my back once a year, possibly. At this point,
That's where the Taco Bell settles.
It's like a cyst.
Yeah. They're gonna open it up and it's like that.
Holy
Yeah. Oh my god.
On
chimichanga.
the outside.
It's that nasty taco meat they have, like
The pink
taco
slime.
meat.
The pink
Yeah,
slime.
Yeah.
all right. So the moment it happened, I knew it was going to be rough. I wasn't going
You
anywhere.
instantly posted it on Facebook.
I did. I posted like.
Really on the ground. I gotta.
Hey.
I thought you didn't take a
People need
picture.
to know.
I would expect a selfie of you on the ground.
No, I think I posted something about how I was gonna go to Hollywood to make my, takeover, blah blah blah, and then I posted, and I threw my back out, and that's basically what happened. For 2 agonizing days, I was basically immobile, and it was not how I wanted to end the first leg. I actually was gonna head
Wait,
to the.
so how did you use the bathroom?
It took me every ounce of strength, and it was painful. I mean, it's so bad that, and thankfully I didn't have to shit because sitting was just a terrible proposition. But I did have to pee constantly, and it was one of those things where I didn't have the strength to lift the seat, so I just had to kind of aim
Oh my god.
and hope for the best. Unfortunately, the little I got on the seat, I had my socks on, so I would use my sock to wipe the seat with my foot.
What? And then you go back in his bed?
Now, I would take the sock
You're
off.
lying.
Yeah.
You're actually lying.
No.
Now I know you're lying. Yeah, I can tell.
Come
by your
clean,
face.
Jeff.
Yeah, you would
Come
just go
clean.
back in, because
You
know
dirty
why?
man.
You know why I know that? Because I do the same. But you did. You left the sock on.
Yeah.
Oh man.
He better change his sheets.
No, I'm sure he did.
Because he knows you.
I
If
rolled-
you're listening,
I rolled
change your
around in
sheets.
those sheets so much that my stench. And I mean, foregone conclusion. I think I ripped one of the sheets. I don't know how that happened, but I mean, yeah.
What? You're one of those sheets.
Yeah, how'd you
I don't know. I just went. I collapsed on the bed, and there was this big rip.
Which bed?
His son's bed.
Was it a Power Ranger sheet or something?
No, but he did have a SpongeBob blanket, which I used to cover myself.
Oh God.
Yeah, Where did this turn?
No, I'm just saying. I ripped the sheet
Wait, why were you covering yourself?
because it was cold. I'm not covering myself to do anything deplorable or questionable. I'm in a child's bedroom. I do that shit in the bathroom.
Okay.
And I didn't have my 4G anyway, so it's not like I could pull up some good shit. I was actually got to a point where I was using my
Did you
phone.
think about it when you were in? Did you? Okay, let me ask you this question.
All right.
Did you pleasure yourself in a child's bedroom?
Oh,
I did
come on.
No.
Did you?
I did not. I did not pleasure myself in anybody's rooms.
Oh God.
In a
I
bathroom.
I did pleasure myself in many bathrooms.
Name the bathrooms. I want these people to know.
I'm sure.
Well, in what states?
Yeah,
you can
give
just
us
say
states.
this. Did you do it in every state?
Every hotel room I was in, I definitely. Well, no, I did in the beds in the hotel rooms. That was that was my one time I could really let loose.
That room was probably just like TV.
I masturbated in Albuquerque. I masturbated in Oregon. I masturbated in Washington.
Oh, no. You didn't call her, Rob.
I did masturbate in Idaho. I did not masturbate in Colorado. I masturbated in Arizona.
Yeah, you should really list the do not or did not at that point.
I'm trying to think.
We already know you
we
did
have
California.
we have a mutual friend in Vegas. I'm trying to think if I actually honestly did it there.
Ooh.
Oh no. Oh gosh. He's been on the juice. He doesn't want to say, but he did.
I'm trying to think if
That's
it did.
We
We're just gonna
understand.
assume he did.
Just nod your head yes or no.
I don't recall.
He nodded his head yes.
I did not.
You didn't do this in the beds of any of these?
No, I did not masturbate in people's beds.
Was it in the bathtub?
I masturbated in the shower.
Why not Colorado?
didn't really have time for some reason. I always had something to do.
One of the comments that Leo made was that you just flew through these places.
I
They
did.
spend
A
no
lot of those
time.
places I didn't spend enough time. I would have loved to spend more time in Idaho and Boise, believe it or not. I think Boise's actually a really, really cool city. I was there for a day. I was in Denver for 2 days. I would like to have been there longer. I was in Albuquerque for quite a while. I was in Phoenix, but didn't really see Phoenix. I was too busy hanging out with my friend's, he had a pool. It was fucking hot, and I just hung out by the pool for 2 days. I
was really roughing it.
I was in Vegas for a while. I was in Vegas for 3 days.
In the same house?
No. First two, for the weekend I was at our friend Josh's, and then the last day, because Josh's mom was coming to town, and my rideshare wasn't until the next day. I had a friend who hooked me up over at the Red Rock, Vegas, really nice hotel. I actually watched that Obama address from a tub. It was that kind of fancy, where it had the TV right above the tub.
Heart-shaped bed.
Yeah, the tub was shaped
That was, when you're in a fancy place when it's a tub big enough for me to
And
actually
you're
take
watching
a fucking
Obama
bath.
say, "I'm gonna bomb Syria."
Yeah, and I'm
Was that-
sitting in a
Is
nice
that speech hard to masturbate to?
Talk slower, baby.
Surprisingly not.
His voice
have
just
I
gets me going.
masturbated? I don't think I've masturbated while taking a bath.
Because then you'd be like swimming in your own.
Well, it's not
It's
like
like family bath, though.
I accidentally taken a shit while
Babies.
taking a bath, and that
What?
was unpleasant. Didn't we not discuss this?
No.
What?
We
I had the
now.
shits. I had the terrible.
Oh
shits.
yeah, we talked about this. There's a whole podcast about him shitting in the tub
I know. I remember the time he shot
and
on
his
the
mom
wall.
finding him there.
Yeah, I remember the wall
He
was.
shot on the wall.
I shit.
No,
Yeah.
he never talked about his mom finding him.
No, my mom didn't find me shitting in the tub. I was staying at my mom's at the time.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And then.
But I took a bath.
Did you
because
clean it?
I was feeling like shit. Yeah,
I did.
it all went down the drain.
Oh.
I rolled on my
No
stomach.
bother with the bleach. Like,
Wait, why did you
It all
roll on
went
your
down the
stomach?
drain.
Because I was trying to get comfortable. I was in a very, very tight tub. And
It's poop. It all went down the drain. I can't see it, so let's be gone.
so my ass was
like
probably
the dark
like,
ages.
right above the water. And I let out like a fart poop hybrid. And it floated on the water, and I was disgusted. I got out of the tub.
Did you clean yourself after?
I wiped myself. Which is
With
really hard to
what?
do with fucking toilet paper when your ass
You're
is soaking wet. It's fucking hard. I dry my ass to the best of my ability. And then I freaking went to town because I'm one of those guys who wipes until I can't see nothing. So I can go through a lot of fucking toilet paper. And that's what I did. That's the key. You gotta keep doing it until it's done. And that's-
Okay. All right. So
I
He
was
said-
not taught how to properly wipe until I was a teenager, so I had a lot of shitty
Wait,
girls.
what?
What?
Wait,
we
what?
talked about this already. We know the.
No, he never talked about.
Well,
not
I
being
remember
able to
this
wipe.
conversation because we're talking about: do you do the underhand or do you do the under?
Because I always was a crumpler, and that's.
That's
And Jeff was the only one that had something different from everybody
folded.
else.
That's what the ladies do.
They crumple?
Oh, they wrap around.
No, that's my move.
Oh.
You wrap it around, and then you take it off the wrap, and you got that, and then you go, and then you keep doing this shit until you see nothing. So some days are better than others.
You should get a bidet.
I would love a fucking
This is
bidet.
fucking deja vu, motherfucker. This is exactly what you said to him the first time he said that story.
It's a classic. We're doing a
You're
bidet.
ruining it.
Fucking bit, yeah. It's not
This is
breaking
like that
up.
clip episode
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
FnJ
Yeah,
Podcast.
we're doing a bit.
Remember that time? And I was just going
So I
through
threw my
all-
back out. I was,
So you said it was a three-way tie. Where are the other two?
Oh, the other
ones?
two was being stuck all by myself in Seattle in the middle of the night. I had basically my plan A. I had a friend who lived outside of Seattle, but they decided to move back to Sacramento. So my plan B, who
Because you were coming.
no, they were hard. They couldn't find work, and they decided to come back here. Ironically,
Make it all depressing.
yeah. So my plan B was my friend was visiting his boyfriend in Seattle. And I, talked to him, and we go, oh, we're
Oh, he's a gay.
He is a
He's a gay.
He is a gay. And he's like, he was like basically saying, yeah, I mean, so you're gonna be in Seattle, where are you staying at? Well, I'm still trying to figure that out. I was like, well, you can come stay here, I'm sure it'll be fine. Blah, blah,
Why does he have a voice like that?
Because he's gay.
Well, because that's my enthusiasm voice.
Oh.
So I spend the first half of the day was great. Mutual friend Andrea has been on the podcast before.
Masturbated in her house.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
No, wait.
You already
Did I?
said why.
No, I did not. I did not. For the record, masturbate in Andrea's house.
That's a lie.
No, it's not a lie. You know why? Because I was.
You said that
Lucas
you did not.
was always
That
home.
is a lie.
Lucas was always home, and so when
So you
Andrea
didn't
was
shower
gone,
when he was home?
I showered, but I didn't. It didn't occur to me to masturbate. Keep in mind, I'm coming back from going
From being sexually satisfied.
for a while. Yeah.
Do you use soap or shampoo? Like,
I
We were
go-
talking about this
water.
too.
it's a clip show. We're easing people back in. It's like previously on 24.
You need those little asterisks like in the comic books that told you to go to issue number
Yeah.
to see what
For a
happened.
more thorough discussion.
Never
Just
use
happens.
shampoo. That's-
Yeah.
It burns you.
Yeah.
All right, so
Shampoo's
so
bad.
Seattle, you got stuck in Seattle.
So basically, we were supposed to meet somewhere for dinner, 8 o'clock. He never showed up. And I was like, oh, and I didn't freak out because I thought, okay, I could stay at a hostel, motel, hotel, whatever. Anyway, I assumed this kind of stuff would happen. Unfortunately, it was a Saturday. It was during the hemp festival, and there was no vacancies anywhere. I actually went to a Residence Inn to ask for a room. The dude almost literally laughed in my face. He showed me a list of like 30 places, and they're all scratched out. And he says, there's no places in Seattle for you to stay.
You see this, motherfucker? You see this? You come to my place. Ask for a place to sleep.
That was actually my favorite sequences of posts for the
That
whole
was
trip.
what I thought. Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like that the whole
Exactly.
time.
That's what I thought it was going to be this adventure of like
Survivor
epic.
man.
Yeah.
Well, so I basically was out on the streets.
I'm getting so cold.
I like it into the wild.
Yeah.
I ate those berries. It was not a
Yeah.
good idea.
I had my big heavy pack. I was walking around, and just Seattle's. There's Starbucks everywhere. Yeah, I found a nice seat in front of a Starbucks. I got shooed away. I ended up, the some Greyhound stations are open 24 hours. Unfortunately, Seattle's is not. They don't open again until 7 a.m. And I was going to go back to Vancouver, Washington to see Jamie. But I, obviously that didn't leave till 7:30 or whatever. So I had to be, close to the bus station. So there, right across the street is the courthouse. And there's a bench right in front. So I decided to sit there. And, I realized I must have been early because an hour later, the place is surrounded by homeless people. And I was sitting on a bench and, people were leaving me alone, which is nice. And so I was amongst them. There was one guy who reeked of urine who came up to me at one point.
Was it
and,
your sock? That's probably why I came up to you.
Like, I
Kindred
smell,
spirit.
yeah, I smell my own kind.
My socks also smell of urine.
It's like you're in some trouble.
Terrible.
Bum humor.
Yeah, basically,
Cutting edge.
he asked me if I accepted Jesus Christ as my
We
savior.
like to call it derelict humor.
You can derelict my balls.
Just a couple peas in their pod. Let's go.
You got offered cornbread, right?
Yeah, and eventually some guy got, it was at a restaurant a couple blocks away. He came with a big old giant foil thing of cornbread, so he got swarmed like pigeons by homeless people.
And you?
And he came up to me. I was sitting there, huddled with my pack, and he said, "Would you like some cornbread?" And I said, "No, man, I'm good." But I realized the transformation is complete. I am now
homeless.
truly a homeless
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
And
Well, he probably walked up and he's like the new guy, huh?
Yeah. You can have 2 pieces. It's all right.
Wasn't that a time though in your trip where you actually
Felt challenged.
felt challenged or had to think about
I
your life and like
was
where
just,
you were?
I knew I wasn't going to sleep, and I was tired. And so I was like sitting up, I was resting my head on my pack, but every time there's a sound, anything, I'm like already jumping up, like, what is it? There's no cars on the road except for police and taxis. And it was just, I was doing a lot of clock watching. I was just waiting and waiting and waiting. And thankfully it didn't rain. It was cold, but I wore layers. And there was no hopelessness because I knew tomorrow would be another day. And
Steve is leaving the
Yeah, I gotta
podcast.
bounce.
See you, man.
bye.
Good one.
I also need to leave soon.
All right. But so anyway, the
What
sun
was
came
it?
up the next day. I got on a bus, fell asleep. Jamie picked me up, and I went right to bed and slept for half the day. And that was my. I mean, the
What was the
silver
other?
lining of it all was basically, I told Jamie what was going on, and she basically told me to get my butt back over there. And at that moment, I realized there was no other place I wanted to be in that moment than to be back there. And I took a bus.
Inner pooter.
Jeff does not look pleased with that comment.
So I was there for a week.
But,
was a great
was it
week.
an honest comment, though?
No.
Okay, all right, sorry. So the three-way tie. What was the last one?
Last one is, which I got into with you guys during dinner, is I stayed
Oh.
a little too long in a particular place. I don't know if I want to get specific.
Yeah, no, you don't have to.
Yeah.
All right, so not every person I stayed with was the most ideal person to stay with. Most everybody was great. Yeah.
So, what is your fiduciary situation?
Wait, explain what that means.
Money.
My money situation is a lot better than I thought it would be. Basically, most most of my finances have gone to transportation. I've had a fair share of paying for food, but it hasn't been as much as I was anticipating. And I sure as heck haven't paid a lot for lodging. There's only been 2 instances where I've actually had to pay to stay somewhere. I stayed in a Motel 6 in San Diego first night I got there, and I stayed in a hostel in Boise, and that was all $20, and I got my own room. That was pretty sweet. Otherwise, I haven't paid for lodging at all, and I didn't buy any like knickknacks. I bought potatoes to send to 2 people who wanted Idaho potatoes while I was in Idaho, so I obliged them. But my money situation is better than anticipated. Do I have enough to continue my trek without any issue? Yes and no.
What does that mean?
No.
That means I'm going to be getting a little help from a little friend who has been, I basically have called my angel through all of this.
Rob?
Aaron?
Aaron?
Not me.
No one at this fucking table.
You say that like a bad thing.
No.
How are you getting the money?
Yeah,
Sending
who's
that
your
deep?
angel? Is it an old lady?
No.
Did you steal her
Someone
money?
no.
Did you steal her money?
No,
Are you going on quarters?
No.
Is she dead, Jeff? Is she buried with your zip
It's
car
a she,
girl?
though, isn't
It
it?
is a she.
Someone, you have a sugar mama? I gotta hear about this.
Well, this is stuff I really, because she's a person who would be prone to listen to this as well, and she knows I appreciate the hell out of her, so I'm not going to get into
But you were
details.
just complimentary to her.
I was complimentary to her, but I don't want to, air out our business, because we kind
Do you have a second? Are you a prostitute, Jeff?
Fuck no. I'd be a terrible prostitute.
Why?
I'd be one of those people like, oh, you don't have to pay me.
Do we know this?
It's
Do we
alright.
know this person?
No, you do not.
Are
You
you
know
just,
of her.
are you,
I've
are you
mentioned
just
her in
know,
the
you
past.
just saying that?
No, I mean, I'll tell you guys off the air. I'm not airing it on the podcast.
But if she's a listener, then, she could,
Well, she's
she gets a shout out, dude. She'd probably love that. She'd get all giddy.
No, well, wait for the stuff to actually
Oh, you
go
just
down.
want-
I don't want to count my.
You want the money.
I don't want to count my.
Yeah, you want the
Let's put
money.
that-
That's
let's
what
put
it
it that
comes
way,
down
yeah.
to.
So.
So you hear me, bitch?
Give me my money.
Give me the money, then you get your goddamn shout out. Jeff, that's so aggressive and mean.
I agree. That's why I didn't fucking say it. So.
Yeah, we assumed that you were going to need some help at some point.
Wow, so you have an angel investor.
Kind of.
Silent partner.
Especially if you go to New
A
York.
person who's very, very wants me to finish my journey.
New York is extremely expensive.
I understand that. Fortunately, I do have people to stay with there.
So talk to me about the people who left you high and dry now. What are you doing about those people?
Yeah, let's
Those
hear about
people
this.
I have yet to speak to. I've seen that particular person on Facebook. I have not conversated with them because when I was left at the restaurant, I texted, called, left messages, a Facebook message, nothing.
Wow.
And I actually ended up going back to Arizona where they do live, and I actually sent a text message to say, hey, I happen to be here, didn't hear from them. So they're flat out avoiding me suddenly. And this is a person that I actually when they were going through relationship issues in the middle of the night, I was actually, had long text conversations with them, trying to give them advice.
The chick?
No, this is a gay man, and so I kind of felt burnt by him. I still have him as a friend on Facebook. I don't know why I haven't deleted him. I guess I'm just not that person. But yeah, he's the only person that really burned me through this whole trip. Everyone else has come through, and everyone has been great, and I've been internally grateful. I mean, I was expecting more of that to happen. I was expecting more Seattles, and I haven't gotten that.
So were you supposed to stay at his house?
I stayed at his boyfriend's house, which if he just gave me the lame excuse that like he said no or whatever, then that's fine. I mean, my situation would not have changed. I still wouldn't have been able to find a freaking place.
Yeah.
But at least I don't feel like I'm totally was left stranded.
Yeah.
But it's a little annoying.
Right, you were telling stories about how people defriended you on Facebook as soon as you.
Oh
made the
yeah. I
announcement.
have a friend in Austin who I've known since grade school who, unsolicited, said, "Hey, you coming out to Austin? I'll feed you. I'll put you up. We'll have a great time." I'm like, all right, cool. And then when the moment a couple of weeks before I decided to take off, like, all right, well, I made my plan. I'm gonna probably be around here around this time. Is that a bomb?
That's not good.
What is that?
Do you have a burglar?
Do you have a fire?
Are you getting burgled?
Should we leave?
No.
Rob-
Steve, shut the door.
Rob's gonna get stabbed. Where's a cop when you need him?
Steve left the door open?
Yeah.
Like wide open?
Yeah.
Why would you have one of those alarms that says like front door? That's just creepy as hell.
Yeah, it
God
creeps you out.
damn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It just tells you, hey, someone's coming through the front door.
Well, then make it say it's like, hey, someone's at the front. Front door open. Is it a ghost? Is it a murderer? We don't know, but you have to go look.
You better get the hell out of here.
Would you prefer being a ghost or a murderer?
Murder.
Ghosts, because I don't believe in ghosts.
Yeah. And then it would be proof that there's an afterlife.
Would
And then
that?
I'll find God.
What if it's a ghost murderer, like Shocker?
What was it? No
point.
more Mr. Nice Guy.
I
I
They play that song, right?
No. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Megadeth version of the Alice Cooper song.
Oh, Mr.
Nice guy, he said, "You're sick, you're sick."
Yeah.
But how does
Shocker
someone
is
like
terrible.
just leave the door open like that?
I think it's kind of windy outside. I can
And
hear
somebody
it.
doesn't shut the
I
door
think if
hard
you don't
enough.
shut it hard enough, it blew open.
Hmm.
He didn't lock.
It'll happen. I don't think he did it on purpose.
Yeah.
Sleep tight tonight.
Yeah. That was enough time for someone to get into your laundry room and hide out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what I was talking about, but
You're talking about being
Unfriended.
burnt. Yeah, being unfriended.
so basically, after I sent that message, I didn't hear anything. I checked it, and then I was defriended, and it wasn't like his page was done. I was like, I went to his page, and they had the whole add friend. That's when you know you got, I just got burnt, and I was very confused by that. Fortunately, I have another friend in Austin who was like, yeah, come here. I don't know if he's gonna pull the same move. He hasn't so far, but
Are these friends though, or are they acquaintances?
these are people I've known for a long time. I have.
That doesn't mean you're friends.
Well, definitely friendly with. I hung out with people that I'd never met prior to like people I knew on MySpace. I met in like Laughlin, Nevada, who put me up in hotels. I met a lot of people that I've never met personally on this trip. At least four people on 4 occasions.
See, that would be, for me at least, a cooler story. Is if you only went and met up with your like Facebook. Or
I met
MySpace
a great
people
deal
you've
of them.
never met in person.
I met a
but
great
that
deal
you
of them.
Have these phony relationships online. With
I went to.
and you could see if it truly is a
Yeah, you wanna
friendship.
get-
That would be
you
really
wanna
they
good.
were all exceptionally
You want him to
cool
get
people.
catfished. We never heard about the catfish story.
Oh yeah.
Atlanta
okay,
girl.
so there's a girl in Maine
Oh yeah, Maine.
that I was considering going. Yeah.
What's
Sorry,
wrong? What's wrong?
I'm choking on my own
It's a
fat.
Taco Bell.
Yeah, so she was all enthusiastic about me visiting her, and then about 2 weeks before I left, so all this shit happens 2 weeks before I leave. She just kind of falls off the face of the earth, and we were texting. She sent me.
Sexting?
She sent. We flat out sexted. She did send me nice pictures for my birthday.
Can we see him?
No.
Let's Google search them.
No,
Reverse
not on the phone.
image search.
They're not on the phone there. I've transferred them to my computer, and they're not on the phone.
Come on.
I don't have them right now.
We won't say anything.
No, I'm telling you.
We'll post on the
Yeah.
YouTube video.
No.
So here she is.
So anyways,
Wait, we should pause it. Or pause the video right now so that they can, do their business.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, keep doing it. Don't worry about it. We'll just sit here quietly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right.
You
So,
like that, don't you? How's that feel?
so she got fell
Is
off
that
the face
good?
here.
Yeah. Come on, we're trying to make the listeners have a good time.
I'm not. What are we doing?
Talk sexy.
How do I do that?
Well, just,
Oh, like you don't know.
Yeah.
The image of your catfish lady
Yeah. And
is
we're
on the
gonna-
screen right now.
Right. And so somebody, theoretically, would be...
Say some of the things she said to you.
Yeah. Let's hear that. Do you have text?
Yeah, this relationship is over.
Yeah,
so
do it in a sexy voice.
It may not be though. We've
No,
actually
it's
started
over.
talking.
She
again.
doesn't know anything about the podcast. We're not naming her name.
naming her
Naming her
name.
name.
Looking.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, this is good material.
I think my
yeah.
last stuff to her was very diplomatic sounding.
We don't want that stuff.
Yeah, we
Well,
want
I mean,
the
no, I
dirty.
don't.
We want the hardcore.
I delete this shit generally when I'm done with it.
I don't believe that
Yeah,
for
I
a
don't
second.
believe it
You know what?
I think it goes into the bank.
I'm not getting into it.
Oh, come
Uh,
I'm sorry, I'm not.
All right, fine. All right. So, anyways,
You're no fun anymore.
I
Yeah.
apologize.
You're
so
not
anyways,
fun.
so this.
So basically, what happens is she falls off the face of the earth, and then I'm like, all right, what's up with this? Because I'm planning on taking this trip, and Maine was going to be like, all right, I'm definitely going to Maine.
This is
Now I was like, I don't want to be stood up in Maine.
This is where you're gonna climax.
This was I was calling it the main attraction. She was the main attraction. So anyway, she started peeking back in again, and she explained that she's been off the radar. She's had 2 friends commit suicide around the same time.
What?
But
They
if
always
you look
seems
on
to
her
happen.
Facebook page, you see nothing like that. All you hear is about her getting drunk at a bar. That's all she really writes about, and.
Yeah,
It's like, she's in a part of Maine where there's
I think
no
that's a little
shit.
bit much. And her grandma committed suicide.
Yeah.
Whenever people fall off the face of the earth, that's always the excuse. I have a friend who committed suicide.
Yeah.
Oh, I had another friend who committed suicide.
Two
Wow,
friends who
double
committed
suicide.
And whether or not
They
it's
do it together,
true or
or
not,
Yeah,
Was it a
suicide
pact?
girls.
That's a totally different thing.
I'm sorry, suicide club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're
Would you
unrelated
join a
suicides.
suicide pact with me?
Yeah, fuck, I
Eric?
live in
No.
Maine.
Oh, with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would the pact be like? Why would we do it?
Oh, you need a reason? I thought more important was the method.
Yeah, the method, I guess, is more. Would we do a train?
Trains are good. I wouldn't mind.
Boring.
What kind of train?
A commuter train? Light rail?
Okay.
What if we drank
Emulate.
a bunch of lye
Lie, so it would like burn your insides.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would
and
be
we do it
rough.
at a preschool?
A preschool, so the kids would get this horrible image of
Burned it to
2
their
people
minds.
dying.
I don't know. Or should we do it for a reason? Like, should we protest something?
Yeah.
Says the
Yeah,
use of
well,
wine.
Yeah, what would be our reason? How would...
Maybe that'll help us get a theme.
Yeah, because then, yeah, exactly.
You're protesting Obamacare.
Yeah.
Let's protest Jeff staying with people the rest of the trip, and
Then what would be the method then?
we'll drop beds on ourselves.
Really large beds?
Yeah.
You know, headboards are pretty heavy.
Right.
We could do
We
some
set them
major
high
damage.
enough,
Yeah.
And the first time you tweet you're staying at somebody's house, we're gonna drop a bed on our heads.
Suicide pact tonight. You want our death on your hands, Jeff?
No.
So you recommunicate with this girl.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. So I'm not going to Maine, but
Okay.
where are you going?
I gotta go.
Is it over?
Shit.
Can't you wait till Jeff gets
Go on
up?
for like 2 hours long.
All right. Okay. So we wanted you to eat a shoe, but we'll save that for the next podcast.
Okay.
Since you.
When are you leaving again?
As early as next Monday. Then that's.
Yeah, there won't be a next.
But we'll see.
We could video cast it
But you'll be back at some point.
I will be back. I
to
promise.
get your shit, and then what we'll do is one of your shoes that you find.
Yeah, you
I
have
only
to,
have so many shoes.
you have to find
and
it
they're
on
huge.
your road trip, though.
Oh wait, no, I have to find a shoe while I'm on my travels.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it can be a bum shoe. It can be anything.
I want bum shoe. If I'm gonna eat a shoe,
So I want you to essentially everywhere you go to ask somebody, hey, if you were to eat a shoe, what would be the shoe you eat?
something leathery. That's what I would assume. Nobody's giving up their leather shoes though.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Catch you on the bounce.
Was that
Don't
it?
start saying that again.
Cause there ain't no joy for an uptown boy just isn't willing to try. It's so cold outside. Maybe just